Today we have a Miele dishwasher where the door falls open. So it should not fall open. When you open it a little bit, it should have some spring tension and not just flop open. But this one does flop, so we're going to fix it. It's pretty easy. We're going to pull out these different baskets. And you don't have to do this step. It just makes it a little bit easier to get the dishwasher out. Sometimes there's a screw holding it in here on the side into the cabinet. So I'm just pulling off the little cap to see, but in this instance... Hey guys, can you take just a second to click on the subscription link below? It really helps our channel, and also the bell notification. So every time we make a new video, we can send it right to you. We make a new video about once every week. Really appreciate that. And if you give us a thumbs up, it'd be great. Thank you. It's not side mounted, but instead the screws are going in through the frame into the cabinet above, which is probably more common. So I'm going to zip those out. I believe these are Torx 15 screws. So we get those two out, and I'm going to take off this kick panel on the bottom held in by two screws. These I think are also Torx 15. Once I get those out, I'll be able to lower the back feet and also the front feet. The back feet have a little screw that you can turn to the left counterclockwise to lower the left back foot, and then you can lower the right back foot. And then once you get those lowered, it's actually lowering the dishwasher. They're actually going up into the dishwasher, but you're lowering the back. Then you can take a screwdriver and put them in the slots and then turn to your right, and that's going to bring those little front feet up into the dishwasher, which will lower the front of the dishwasher, and that's going to give you maybe about half an inch of clearance, and then you can kind of wiggle the Miele dishwasher out. These are really good dishwashers. They're designed to have really long fill hoses and long drain hoses, so usually don't have to disconnect that stuff. You can just wiggle it out. When you're pulling it though, if you feel some resistance, it could be that in your instance, in your case, those hoses are too short or the power cord is stopping it. So you want to check that, look under the sink and see if you see that those are under tension, and then you can just disconnect them. So I'm taking out a couple of screws here on the front of this right side panel. And then there's one in the back of that right side panel, upper right hand corner. Took that one out. And then there's one at the bottom of the right hand corner. So take that one out. So there's 4 screws all together. And then I can just lift off this right side panel. What I found though is that one of the connectors to the door spring, there's 2 door springs, right and left. On the right side, for some reason, it had popped off. Sometimes they break and you have to replace them. You can go to Miele USA and order a new one. This one just popped off, so I'm going to grab it with my pliers. I'm going to pull on it. I want to make sure the door is in the closed position and put it back onto its metal clip. And then I'm going to test its function and make sure the door doesn't just flop open. Yeah, that's good. So only one of those had come loose on the right side. There's also one on the left. And if you want to get to the one on the left, it's the same procedure, same way, just on the left side panel. So I'm putting that panel back into position. I'm going to add those same screws back in. So I think you just need a Torx 15, maybe a Torx 20. I believe these are 15s. Maybe a Torx 10 also to work on almost all the fasteners on the Miele dishwasher. So then I'll put in the 2 in the front to also. On this model, after you put those in, it also has plastic caps that go in over those screws. These are really good dishwashers. They tend to last over 20 years. And they do a good job cleaning, and they're really quiet. Easy to work on, actually. It's hard to find people who will come to your house and work on your Miele dishwasher, but you can do all this stuff yourself. So putting in the screws on the back that hold on that side panel, one at the bottom, one at the top. And if you ever need to get parts, you can go to Miele USA and just give them your model number and tell them the part you need, and they can ship it to you. So the door looks good. It's closing it the way it should, and it's not flopping open. If you open it at about 45 degrees and just let go, it shouldn't drop. It should just kind of stay where it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wiggle that back into the cabinet. Just take your time, because you don't want to damage the side of the cabinet. And then just give it a little push there at the end to get it nice and flush with the cabinetry. And then we're going to lift up on the front feet by turning with our flathead screwdriver into the slots, turning to your left. And that's going to bring the feet down, which is going to push the front of the dishwasher up into the cabinet. While you're doing that, just check to make sure the door still opens easily, that it's not getting bound up, it's not getting pushed up too high into the top of the cabinet. Now I'll go righty-tighty with my drill on the two controls for the back feet on the right and left to push the back of the dishwasher up. I want to make sure that the dishwasher is nice and flat and flush with the cabinetry. It's not tilted. So I'll keep adjusting the back feet and the front feet until it's nice and flat. The dishwasher does really well when it's in that position. If it's tilted a little bit, it doesn't function as well. So I'm putting the kick panel back in, and I'll add those two screws that hold it. It's a really good Milwaukee drill that I have actually in all my videos, but it's lasted me a long time. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to order one of these. They're really good. They just never give me a problem. They always work. Can be used for putting in these fasteners, can also be used for drilling. Okay, so we're looking good. Just test our function of the door. We'll go ahead and put the different baskets back in. They just drop into position into the rails, and then you can push them on in. All right, we're gonna start a cycle, make sure everything's working good. I did notice that the lower spray arm, I just lifted up on it to pop it out. Had some food debris in these little jets, these little holes where the water shoots out, and that's gonna really mess up your dishwasher's cleaning ability. So I'm gonna try to pull those out or work them loose. I'm using a little dental pick. There's even one here at the bottom. I wanna get all these holes nice and clear and open. Sometimes when you do that, the stuff will fall into the spray arm, and to get it out, it's not a big deal. You can just let some water go into the little tube on the back, and then you can flip it over and tilt the spray arm back and forth, and the water will come out that tube at the bottom. It'll bring with it the debris. So it's a good trick. Some of these dishwashers, you can pull these arms apart, but on the Miele, this one doesn't really pull apart, so you need to use the water to help you get the debris out. Very important though to check that. If you always rinse your dishes, you won't have that happen. Okay, I'm checking this thing, which is the air gap. Some dishwashers have this. I'm gonna pry off the silver cap, then pry off this little white top. And I'm going to look in the small tube to see if there's any junk caught in there. A lot of times food debris gets caught in there too. Yeah, there's something in there, so I'll pull it out, and that's going to help it drain better. So I'll put that little cap back on. And I put the lower spray arm back in, the filters back in, get everything nice and clean. All right, I'll actually add a little soap in there, a little detergent, close the door, and I'm gonna just check the cycle while I'm here at this person's house to make sure the soap door is opening and everything's working right. But the door is doing great. The door is now nice and secure and strong. Thanks so much for watching our video. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. We really appreciate that. We have a really nice video coming up for you right here that I think you'll enjoy. Very similar, dealing with appliance repair. So thanks again for watching our video.